welcome back to the Short Vol Show Live. My name is David Lincoln, and you are watching the show that does not deliver fake returns, the show that does not pump up P&L just to get new viewers, the show that does not lie when saying they bought when they sold. No, this is all real all the time, and sometimes you don't get what you want, but that's okay. Now, many other stock market shows are going to try to A, tell you that they're always right, and B, sell you on some sort of thing like you follow me and you will be rich. Whereas I would like to say you follow me and I can help you make more money. It won't be from following exactly what I do, but actually just picking up on some of the concepts. All right, so in the market today, we have seen a continuation of what was happening before, that being the rally. Not that the market has rallied very much, but the sell-off that was kind of promising to happen earlier on in the day hasn't really materialized, as we currently have the E-minis down 575. And I spent today just once again over trading. I've just got to keep my hand off the trigger. I probably spent $100 on commissions today just doing stuff, and I just got to leave it alone. UVXY, let's see if we took out the new lows. If not, we came close to taking out the all-time lows again here. Let's look. As we broke again through that 18 level, we had the VIX up and UVXY down as the futures are forced towards spot. So even though stuff was down and the VIX was up, there's pressure now as we come within 2 weeks to expiration on those front month futures to head towards spot. So spot up, but the futures also down as they converge on one another. My charts are moving slow, and I'll tell you why that is. That is because we are having to use a cell phone sort of connection to connect us to the internet right now because we're having internet problems. So take my word for it. UVXY is down right now a little bit, down 11 cents as the charts populate, I suppose, from here in a slow manner. Meanwhile, in the news, more stuff. I think the public is kind of almost tuning out to this impeachment stuff. It's kind of dragging on. And the latest headline is just that the Republican Party does not have a unified strategy here as to how to respond to this impeachment thing. But this is going to grind forward. We have what market participants like to call non-QE QE going on. And what that is the government stimulating the market without actually coming out and saying that they're doing a whole lot of that. And my best laid plans in ACB did not work out, as, the second time I bought it around right here, around the 360 range, it got all the way back up to 375, 380, and I just held on to it. So my paper gains evaporated, and now it's 2 cents lower than where I bought it a couple days ago. But no fear, we are holding here. UVXY position currently still short delta. However, I have kind of expanded the condor. So the lower range of the condor is no longer the 15 strike, it's now the 14 strike. So we are short some of the 14 strike with 39 days to go. And I don't feel too bad about that. It's price over position, of course. And the price, I didn't get a whole lot for that 14 strike, but it feels like it is going to be kind of tough to get there unless vol collapses a whole lot more. Right now, the VIX 1280. And the futures are getting down there. I mean, the front month future 1425 right now, second month future 1593. And it kind of feels like, that people are going to have to accept that this lower volatility range might be for real now for a little while. as opposed to us crashing or spiking higher, we could just hang out in this range here between 3,000 and 3,100 or 3,300 in the SPX. And if we just hang out in that range, volatility can just sort of continue to collapse. Not that much happens. We come out of earnings period and just not that much is going on as we move into the holidays. We know that traditionally in the holidays, volatility is lower. And if you were to look at the term structure over the last 6 or 8 months, December was always discounted. Now, it doesn't show up anymore because we're close enough now that the term structure is just the forces that put the term structure into a contango shape have outdone the forces of discounting December. So you don't see that discount in December anymore. However, we've known about that bias all year. There's also was that bias that October, November are danger months for the stock market, and that just didn't materialize this year. In fact, I always think that that's overdone. It seldom materialized just because the crash happened to occur in October way back when doesn't mean that every year there's going to be a crash then. That I think is, as I said, overcompensated for, if that is a thing. Anywho, so I've been checking out. I like watching these Holocaust survivor testimonies. It gives me humility, makes me realize, be grateful for the things I have. Hearing about the tough times people went through and how they managed to get through it. It was 81 years ago, exactly, minus a day now, that the terrible events of Kristallnacht occurred. And just to refresh your memory, there was this guy, Herschel Greenspan, and he was hanging out in Paris, and he got word that his parents, who were in Hanover, Germany, had been forced to leave the country, and they were on the border of Poland. And he got upset, understandably so. But he went to the embassy in Paris for the German embassy, confronted an official, ended up getting an altercation with this official, Ernst von Rath, I think his name was, and they ended up killing the official. And the government in Germany turned around and unleashed on the Jewish population in what would become to be known as Kristallnacht. Then once again, that was 81 years ago, as of November 9th and 10th. And so we need to, it's like one of my causes that we need to teach our kids and those around us about the Holocaust, because as time goes by, people forget about it, and the anti-Semitism crops up again, and it's amazing how the same attitudes just continue even after the Holocaust and all this awful stuff that happened. So learn about it, teach people about it, don't forget about it. This is obviously one of many examples of bad stuff that happens when one group goes up against another. It's a lesson that we need to keep in mind and learn from the history so that we don't repeat it. So as we're moving forward, my view of volatility, it appears that we're just going to keep grinding. If you look at VIX Central, and I'm wondering if this is even going to come up because my internet connection is so poor right now. Yeah, really not good. Let's see if we can fix this here. Tethering active, so it should be working. The VIX now over contango over 12% here, so that is a big level of contango, and I think I can fix this here as we talk, and then I promise to return to you here. Xfinity, yes, let's connect to Xfinity. There you go. And with contango getting up there, as we come into expiration, this situation can get even more extreme. So this stuff could move even lower. So yes, protect yourself to the upside. I did buy some front week calls to the upside just to kind of protect myself against the worst case scenario. But that being done and having those in my pocket, I am still leaning short volatility wise. So you'll have to decide what you want to do yourself for your position. But as far as I'm concerned, we're still just grinding lower in the in UVXY until further notice, and I'm hanging out with that particular position on. So the first 2 weeks in December are going to be, and it looks like we're connected again. Are we connected again? Yeah. The first 2 weeks in December are going to be interview week. So I'm setting up interviews with a whole bunch of people. So hopefully your favorites will be on there. We're going to have some people back who haven't been here in a while, and we're going to have some new people as well, which is very exciting. All right. So here we have the contango chart finally up in front of us. Let's take a look. And showing contango of 12%. Now that is big, and some people will say, well, that doesn't matter because we need to look out to the M2, M3 contango because this stuff's going to expire pretty soon. Well, guess what? M2, M3 contango, 7.9% now. So boom, take that second month, people. So this chart really just looking grindy lower. So be aware of that. Don't try to sell cheapo puts and think it's not going to grind through them because it very much could. This has been a big run. Let's take a look at the run in UVXY. It has been a big run. It will end sometime. I can't tell you when. It could end today. But until further notice, here we are. We have come off the lows actually today. We did get down to 1750, which is the all-time low. However, we're somewhat off the lows here. That coincides with a sell-off in the E-minis. You can see this little pop here. And you know what? I'm cool with that. That's cool. I did sell some of those 14 puts a little lower here. 14 puts currently in December, 47-cent bid at 50. For some strange reason, the thing continues where I'm able to buy stuff on the bid and sell it on the offer in UVXY at times. Very strange. For example, the 11 puts before were 1 cent bid at 5. I went in 2 cent bid. I got filled. They came out 3 cent bid, and they've been 3 cent bid ever since. So go figure. But since we appear to continue lower, the new way to go about putting put spreads on, as far as I'm concerned, is to buy the part you're going to buy first. So if you're trying to put the 16-14 put spread on, buy the 14 put first, hang out till it moves lower, and then sell the 16 put against it. That's if you're trying to sell a put spread, I was meaning to say. So whichever side that you need to buy as far as puts go, do that first because stuff seems to continue to just grind lower. The other put spread that I have been working into is the January 1917 put spread, which I paid an average of 137 for. I did tweet out earlier today that we saw buyers in December in UVXY puts. So what I did was I went to the Analyze tab, and I'll get out of the way here. And when I went to the Analyze tab, I went down to Option Time and Sales, and I have it set up. If you look at this little sign over here, it kind of looks like a TV antenna. You can pick which stuff you want to search for in this filter. So I was looking for just December puts, and when I entered that in, nothing came up. Well, this is more of this problems, I think, with my internet speed here. And it's going back to delayed data. All right. Let's see if we can fix that. Anyhow, if this were to work, it would say that the December 1816 put spread traded 1,800 times. The price was $1.15 for the spread. Here it pops up again here. So December 20th expiration of the 1816 put spread traded here. It traded 1.15 and 1.16, so $1.15 and $1.16. So synthetically selling the 1816 call spread for 85 cents. Seems a little aggressive, but I can hang with it. Can this be below 16 in 39 days? It could be, certainly. I'm currently short the 19 strike. I like being short the 19 strike better than being short the 18 strike, but I can still hang with that. So currently we have this condor on. We have some put spreads piled on top of it, but we have this condor on that makes it so that we need UVXY to be between 14 and 19 on expiration in 39 days. So you can tell me what you think of that trade. I'm interested in what trades you have going on. I love getting viewer correspondence, let's call it. I have people all the time reaching out to me, whether it be on Twitter or on the email. You know who you are. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of you do that, and I love to hear from you. It exercises my brain when people come and talk to me about their trades, and I don't always have the answers, but we talk about it together, and maybe it helps you out. It certainly helps me out. It's like teaching an instrument, or teaching skiing, or whatever your thing is you teach. When you teach people about stuff, it makes you hone your own skills, so it's good for you. And that's kind of the way I see this channel and stuff. It's therapeutic. It certainly isn't a huge moneymaker for me, so, but it does provide. It helps me learn about stuff, and it's therapeutic. As I said, it's art. Nobody goes onto YouTube with the intention of making a lot of money. You go on YouTube because you enjoy making videos, or you're some sort of an extrovert or something, and you just want attention. I guess some people do it for that. And but as I'm talking, the market is kind of selling off a little bit more. Let's go to Drudge Report and see what the news headlines are for today really quick. Race to replace iPhones with glasses. Oh, everybody's getting eyeglasses now, I suppose. Impeachment week. Probe hits crucial point. And the conventional wisdom is the House will impeach Donald Trump, and then the Senate will quickly vote against convicting him. These are two critical caveats. One, static analysis is dicey. More incriminating information rolls out daily and will keep rolling. It's coming from top career public officials, the deep state, to Trump. And some administration insiders have to be questioning the risks of staying loyal to the president who disdains that quality himself. I'm going to stop reading this before I get into trouble with some of my viewers. Hong Kong police shoot two pro-democracy protesters. Man set on fire. Popeyes worker brutally attacks woman seeking refund. Let's take a look at that one. Oh, goodness. Popeyes worker recorded throwing a woman onto the pavement outside a restaurant in Tennessee has been charged with felony aggravated assault. 29-year-old Duriance Rachel Hughes was arrested Friday. The victim's attorney said Rocky McCallany said the 55-year-old woman remains hospitalized with a shattered elbow, six broken ribs, and a broken neck. He declined to publicly identify her until authorities do so. Video shows people wearing Popeyes uniforms racing after her as the woman leaves the restaurant yesterday. So, I don't know if you guys are into video games, but the new video game, which I haven't been playing, but I've been watching people play. I know it's a very active pursuit, watching other people play video games. And my favorite person to watch play video games, I think, is the Rad Brad. I don't know if you know the Rad Brad. He's a YouTuber who's the king of the playthrough. And I've been watching him for years. I think he's been on something like 9 years on YouTube. And it looks like the feed is slowing down again. Come on, feed. You can do it. Can I turn something off that... Let's see. Oh, maybe I can enter a password to make it faster here. See if that will do it. I was wondering if it was going to, like, ask me for a password sometime. Oh, something's happening. Yes, I like watching the Rad Brad. Have you guys checked out Davey504? That's a great one also. So Death Stranding is this new game that everybody's playing. Death Stranding. So check that one out. Check out the Rad Brad. And check out your positions. I hope you guys make some money this week. Try not to overtrade like I'm doing. You know, I always say I make mistakes so you don't have to. Well, I'm overtrading so you don't have to. Got a position on that you like, just leave it. So currently the position we have on here, I'm collecting 28.89 a day in decay. We like to always collect decay if at all possible. I'm short 100 deltas, so pretty tame right here. The risk is just if we do spike, the account will lose. If we go up 100%, the account will lose most of its money. It will not go to zero, but it will lose most of its money. I do feel okay with having that kind of risk on right now. I certainly am not trying to lose money, but I understand the whole risk-reward thing. We are coming into the close. The close is in only 5 minutes, but by the time you are watching this, we will have already closed. And that's kind of where we stand. Down day in the MJs today. BYND, not great day there either. Tesla, however, up to 345. What is going on with Tesla? That financial education guy was saying that Tesla is going to like 20,000 or something. Maybe he's right. Tesla, 345. Oh my goodness, it got up all the way to 349 today. What a rocket ship this one is. And it's getting to the point where you know that what's going to happen, right? Well, this is what's going to happen. Retail is going to jump on board this one, and that's going to be the top, and it's going to go down back to like 300. But before that happens, we can watch this rip around. I would not get near this thing at all. It's a dangerous, dangerous stock to trade. But some of you are more dangerous than me, so maybe you'll jump on. All right, so thanks for watching today, folks. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. We will see you next time. Thank you for watching the Short Vol Show live. I am your host, David Lincoln, and we will see you next time on this channel.